Well, good morning. How are you doing? What's it like to be you? That's not a trite question either. Not very trite. What is it like to be you? Well, what's it like to be me, right? Oh my goodness, what? We are caught up in a most unusual time. There's it's important to know, we might focus on the darkness, but what's the light? Well, the light for me is that, hey, I get to be isolated with a woman I'm madly in love with. Every boy's dream, right? So I don't mind the isolation. I really don't. I do miss some of the connection and certain things. I used to have a weekly clergy group I went to every Tuesday. I really, really enjoyed that. We can't meet now. Certainly our home parish at St. Peter's, North Lake. I miss those people. I miss leading worship and talking with them on Sundays. But other than that, the attempts that I've tried to make to, make up for that lack of communication or contact or the eyeball to eyeball communication, Zoom just doesn't do it for me. I just, maybe because we've got a bad internet connection out here, we're pretty limited on the satellite, so it's kind of sketchy. But still, it's not like having you in a group. It's not like, sitting across and when somebody says something to be able to look down the table and see what 3 or 4 other people, what their body language is showing. Are they in the conversation or are they out and everything? I don't get that. It seems that in the Zoom thing or any of this online stuff that everybody's stepping on everybody all the time, talking, cut back and forth. I mean, I find it distracting. I really do. It just doesn't meet my communication needs, I guess. And there's not a lot of other options out there. So that's that's part of the dark side of the journey. Worry. I worry about Samina's health and might need to be kind of extra cautious in doing things. We'll probably have to be that way for some time after most everyone else is feeling comfortable about going out and that. I'm afraid it's gonna be a while for us. A friend of mine emailed me the other day and said, well, Dave, what are you doing? How are you doing through this? I said, well, I'm isolating and I'm writing. And I've been Facebooking things, try to pick a few interesting things from the news to post on Facebook, 2 or 3 of them, usually in the morning. I sit down when I get up and go through some morning meditations and some prayers, read a psalm. I try to keep up on my blog on improvingpolice.blog, and I still feel pretty isolated. I must tell you that even at my age, I would like to get back into the breach. Was that Henry V? Once more, lads, into the breach. Once more, into the breach. Well, this old dog's still got a bit of a fight in him. I think I see a lot of things that need to be done. And yes, I do focus on one narrow part of justice, and that is criminal justice. But there's a lot of other justice needing things out there. We got to do something about health care in this country. We're a rich country. We can put those $1 trillion aid packages out of there. Well, how about boosting up our health? I think that's a public right. I really do. We talk about happiness. Hard to be happy if you're unhealthy and you can't get medical assistance. So I'd like to see something done in that. I'd like to see our health care improved. I hope that comes out of this. Yeah, our educational system. We got to make sure it works for everybody K through 12 and then make technical and advanced education, academic education, affordable. You know, I can't believe the cost of some of these universities. It just doesn't seem fair. I'd also like to see a National Service Corps, you know, Domestic Peace Corps, so that all of our excuse me, all of our young people would feel that they know what service is all about. That they'd have to, you know, give 2 years back for being born in this country and all our benefits. 2 years back in doing something of service, maybe being a cadet in a police department or a fire department, working in a hospital, working in environmental issues, you know, working in the inner city to make things better. That you'd have to do that, say, between ages 18 and, say, 25. You'd have to do your 2 years. We have relatives in Germany that have done just that. That, you know, he's a theoretical math professor, but he had to serve, you know, 2 years in the army. It doesn't just have to be the army. We can broaden that. So that's my musings this morning. Boy, it's hard to keep a stiff upper lip through all this. I think we have the resilience to do what needs to be done. And I am hopeful and I am prayerful that we will emerge out of this a better and a stronger and a more compassionate nation. That's my prayer for you. Have a great day. God bless you.